just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can.
Keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked. It's the one and only Ghost with the shadow in the front. Hope everybody's having a blessed late night. Want to talk about the Duarte in the Sims fight real quick. Just like a recap of what we saw tonight. I'm gonna say this: the both fights, the co-main and the main event itself, were pretty good fights. Let's just keep it a buck there. They were pretty good fights. All in all, it was an exciting fight. Both of them were exciting, but it did open up my eyes in regards to I would say the 140-pound division and the 147-pound division. Both of those fights actually opened my eyes. And just to show, like, off the bat, bro, the level difference. I mean, they were exciting fights, but all four of those guys in tonight's those two fights, all four of those guys, I just don't think obviously are elite. But I didn't want to talk about it all in all because I do think that they were good fights. I do think that the Prograis and the Jojo Diaz fight was hilarious, bro. It was hilarious because it was good, bro. Hey, did you see what the ref did on the Prograis fight? Did you see that? Did you see what the ref did? No, not the ref, the doctor. Did you see what the doctor did? Bro, I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life. I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life, bro. Regis Prograis and Jojo Diaz are fighting. Jojo Diaz gets a cut, right? He gets a cut. Goes over to the corner. Oh, you missed the fights? It was all right. I mean, they were both good fights. Jojo Diaz fought Regis Prograis, and it was kind of sad. It was kind of sad. All in all, well, hey, did you at least see wrestling, bro? First off, let me say this. I don't even watch wrestling. I don't watch wrestling no more, but I was hanging out and my friend was like, hey, watch wrestling. I'm like, bro, I don't want to watch wrestling, bro. I don't watch wrestling no more. You know what I mean? I watched that when I was a kid, but I wanted to watch boxing. So we were all hanging out and I'm like, all right, well, make a deal. We'll watch wrestling, and then if there's time, we'll watch boxing. I watch wrestling. It was all right. The ending was good. If you like wrestling, the ending was good. What's his name? I don't even know the wrestlers anymore. I think CM Punk won the belt, and then they have this thing called like the Money in the Bank, where you could cash it in at any time or whatever. So there was a long match at the end. The dude CM Punk won, and then this guy Seth Rollins that everybody thought was injured came out and did the whole Money in the Bank thing. It's kind of funny. It was fucked up because like CM Punk fought for all that time, he damn near dying and shit, wins the belt, he's all happy and shit, and then this dude comes out at the last moment, Money in the Bank, and takes the belt from him. So he was only champion for like less than 5 minutes. It was hilarious, bro. But yeah, that was all right. That was all right. It was, but then I watched boxing, right? I caught the co-main and the main in the main event, right? And it was pretty sad to see Regis Prograis, man, because the dude was offensively. Well, first off, when I got home, because I left during the co-main and I got home during the main. And I don't know if it's because I noticed it today with these fighters, but I have a smart TV and I could change the speed on it. I had to make sure my fucking TV was at the correct speed. I'm like, am I watching this? Like, these dudes seem slow. All of them. I mean, all the co-main and the main. These dudes was like, they were punching hard. It just seemed like they were moving slow. They seemed exhausted. All the fighters seemed exhausted. I don't know. Maybe as I noticed it, I don't know. That's what I noticed. I'm like, damn, they look really tired. But watching Regis Prograis was kind of sad, man. Was kind of sad. Jojo Diaz has no power. We know this. The man has no power. And every time he was touching Regis Prograis, he was hurting him. Now Regis Prograis won the fight, and it was actually a good fight. It was a back and forth fight. It was a good fight. And the main event was I too. Sims and Duarte. That was a good fight too. But it just, I'm watching this and I'm like, first off, it's sad to see someone like Regis Prograis, even though he won the fight and I think he did good offensively, he shot, bro. He shot. Um, he can't take a shot no more. He was every time. Yo, Jojo Diaz has no power, none. And every single time he touched Prograis, he was rocking him. He had his legs. He was wobbled multiple times. Um, and then, of course, Jojo Diaz doesn't have the greatest defense in the world, so he's getting punched in the face left and right. It was a good, exciting fight, but it was also sad. It's like watching, let's take wrestling, for instance. It's like watching two old wrestlers that are past their prime beat up on each other. That's what it was. You got two fighters past their prime just beating the living crap out of each other. And it was a good fight. But, at the end of the fight, Regis Prograis was like, hey, they were like, hey, do you want to do a rematch? Because, like, that'll be a good fight, And he's like, nah, I want the belt. And I'm like, Regis, come on, Regis. Regis, come on, Regis. You know you can't get that belt, bro. Like, and that's what's so sad. Because you can't tell a fighter nothing. You know, in his head, he thinks he could get that belt tomorrow. He's supposed to think that way. The moment you don't think that way, you shouldn't be in the ring. But as a fan, you could see it. You could see, like, bro, you don't got it no more, bro. You don't got it no more. If you got Jojo Diaz, who's moving up in weight, beating you up, every time he touched you, you were wobbled. Come on, man. What does that tell you? But the most craziest thing that I seen, bro, that I could not believe my eyes, bro. I couldn't. Hey, 32 years old is like, let's make this clear. That's another thing I was going to touch on. Let's make something clear, brother. 30-something years old in boxing, you're like 50 in real life. You take years off your life. You take tonight's fight, for instance. This recently started sinking into my head around last year. It's easy for us as a fan to sit back and watch someone's face get real puffy and puffed up and cuts and all types of stuff. And we go, oh, okay, by next week, they'll be healed, right? Right? It's easy for us to look at that and go, yeah, but yo, in reality, bro, your brain is getting smashed in, bro. Your brain is taking damage. That doesn't repair itself. Your little black and blues and your little cuts heal, but you're taking days off of your life. And then you have CTE that comes into play and Parkinson's and all this other stuff. So these guys literally shorten their life every time they get in that ring. They are shortening their life. Now, by how much? Well, it depends on your defense and how much and how many times you get hit. But being in your 30s don't really mean, this is exactly why people, I'm getting to a point where it's like, I can't expect everybody to think of boxing the way I do. I can't. But it's also hard talking to casuals too. It's also hard. Like, people don't understand why people look at Canelo, who's younger than Crawford, but go, yeah, he's got more mileage. Bro, Canelo's been fighting 3 times a year for almost the past 20 something years. Crawford fights once a year, if that. There's a difference. So yeah, a person can be 35 and a person can be 30. But if this guy is fighting 3 times a year and this guy fights once a year or maybe twice every 2 years, whatever the fuck, bro, you could be 35 and this guy could still be older than you in that ring. Like, it's not a hard thing to comprehend. It's not a hard thing to and I'm not saying that directly to you. I'm just, I have to realize that some of the people I deal with online are just not too bright, bro. They're not. Like, these people that be commenting on my shit, like, about Canelo, bro. I don't give 2 fucks if Canelo loses, bro. Y'all, like, what makes you think, like, I'm this huge Canelo fan? Why? Because I think he's going to win? Is that it? So I say I think he's gonna win, and that constitutes me as what, a Canelo dick rider, bro. You gotta pick somebody to win, bro. What do you want me to say? Is a draw? I think this guy will win. That's it. I don't have a dog in that race, in that fight. I don't. I don't. Canelo could get knocked out. Crawford could get knocked out. And besides, to be honest with you, now that I think about it, there isn't one fighter fighting today that if they were to get knocked out, like, it doesn't affect me. There's only one fighter that actually had any effect on me, that I actually really had I really cared whether the dude won or lost, and he don't fight no more. He's retired. So there is no fighter. Like, it don't matter to me, bro. Don't matter. People are so tribal. I mean, and I understand it when it comes to sports, but as human beings, bro, not to get off topic, you know what's embarrassing for the human race? I turn on YouTube and you got grown ass men mad because PlayStation games go to Xbox. I shit you not. These are 40, 50-year-old men mad because a console that they play, the game is going somewhere else. So they're upset because other people get to play the game, bro. This is a real thing, by the way. It's a real thing. And I'm looking at them and I'm like, wait a second. Did you buy the game? Did you play the game? Okay. Did somebody come into your house and steal that game from you? Did they take it from you? Why are you mad that another person can? What is wrong with you, bro? You're a grown ass man. Man, you know, when I bought a PlayStation, man, they promised me exclusivity. Are you serious right now? Like, does your wife know you think this way, bro? What the fuck is wrong with people? I'm mad because other people get to play Death Stranding. I don't want to. You should be happy. Did you like the game? Other people get to experience it, bro. I mean, people are just. No, I'm just talking about how tribal people are, bro. Over the dumbest things. Over the dumbest things, bro. Y'all smoke Newport. Y'all smoke Marlboro. Like, crazy shit. Grow the fuck up. And I understand with sports though, but you got people that will call out if the Giants lose, bro. Like, that's too far. You're taking it too far. Enjoy life, man. It ain't that, like, damn. You really got people like that. And the boxing shit is the same way. You got people who leave shit on my videos, like saying something about Canelo is gonna fucking hurt me or something. Like, man, you know what, Shadow, you're a Canelo dick rider. And I'm like, thank you. I pin this shit up on the thing now. I tell them all the time, all the mean stuff they say, that shit, I love it, bro. It means I'm pulling a cord. Man, I pin your comment up there. I put a heart up there. What did one dude say to me the other day? Man, you're a bum. Your videos are trash, and Bum Nello, something about Bum Nello. And I said, oh, that's the sweetest thing somebody said to me all the week. And I pinned it and I put a heart up there. Thank you. What's wrong with these people, man? Oh man, it's crazy, bro. It's like I be watching some crazy shit, bro. Like, I used to, like, at some point in my life, I looked at gangs and I was like, yo, gangs is immature. Wearing blue, wearing red, who cares, right? But you got dudes, I'm dead ass serious, but like WWE and sports and boxing and PlayStation and Xbox, is like, are you really that? First off, let's make it clear. The boxer that you be D-riding, he don't care. He unless he's putting money in your pocket, bro. Really? Is PlayStation sending you shit? Is Microsoft? Listen, I spend money on computer components all year round. Nvidia and AMD has never sent me shit. They've never said, well, thank you for being a valued customer. You've bought 8 GPUs over the past 2 years. No, they don't care. They just want my money, bro. They don't care. You think I'm gonna sit here and chill for a company like that that doesn't even give two shits about you? Like, come on, bro. I watched these two grown men threaten each other over PlayStation and Xbox the other day, and I couldn't believe it. And it was to the point where I stopped my movie because I was watching a movie on my bed, and I had it on my phone. I said, "Oh, this is getting good." I turned the movie on and just put the shit on the big screen over a game, bro. We're like, man, Sony better stop. Sony better stop, or I'm out. What does that mean? What is it? You think Sony cares? Like, these dudes is crazy. These dudes is crazy. Oh, yeah, getting back to the boxing thing, bro. Did you see what the doctor did? Bro, I'm telling you, if you ever thought something was wrong with boxing or boxing was corrupt, you should have saw what happened. Yo, it was low key. Red flags were everywhere. Red flags were everywhere, but at the same time, it was funny. But also at the same time, I've never seen something that was so corrupt, so blatant, so in your face, and so funny all at the same time. So JoJo Diaz is fighting Regis Prograis, right? Around the third or fourth round, Regis Prograis, I think it was an intentional headbutt. JoJo Diaz gets a cut. Now, it's not a big cut, but it's a cut. And it's going everywhere, right? So, you know how the ref stops the fight and has the doctor look at it, right? So, I couldn't believe my eyes, bro. Even the announcers couldn't believe it. The announcers couldn't believe it. So, JoJo Diaz goes over to the corner. The cut's right here, right? The doctor goes, okay. Covers up, has the one eye, goes like this. How many fingers am I holding up? JoJo Diaz says with confidence, 2. Right. The doctor goes, okay. How many fingers am I holding up now? He goes, 1. Doctor looked at the ref and went, okay, let's do this again. Took it off, put it back on, went, okay, let's do this again. How many fingers am I holding up now? JoJo Diaz goes, 2. He goes, okay, how many am I holding up now? He says, 1. Doctor looked at the ref and said, he's good. He's good. He's good, y'all. He didn't get not one right, bro. He got not one thing right. Everything you showed him, he did not see out that eye. And he looked right at the ref and said, yeah, he good. He good. No, he's not good. No, he's not. He got everyone wrong, bro. Even the announcers was like, did I just see what I just saw? The announcers was like, yeah, it happened twice. It happened twice. He held up 1 finger. He said it was 2. He held up 2. He said it was 1. He did like a refresh. You know how they do like a reset? If your PC's loading and shit, you just hit the reset button. He reset it. He took his hand off like the doctor was like, all right, let's reset this shit. Let me take the Nintendo cartridge out, blow on it, put it back in, and let me try this shit again. And then he did it again. He got it all wrong again. All wrong again. It was like, yeah, he good. Go ahead, let him fight. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, bro, what is going on here? And then it was kind of sad because I saw Regis Prograis, offensively looking all right. But every time he got touched, his chin, his brain was not holding up. He's done. He's a shot fighter, man. He's done. It was kind of sad. It was sad. Like when you got JoJo in recovery Diaz piecing you up from moving up in weight. And I ain't making fun of him because he's in recovery. I'm in recovery for the rest of my life. But that's the truth. He's in recovery, right? He was drinking all around the bars and everything like that. This is a dude that had no power in the lower weight class. He moved up. He's over here every time he's touching Prograis. He's hurting Prograis. Yeah, hurting him. It was sad to see that. But it was a good fight, man. It was a good fight. And then poor Regis. He's trying to get the Turk's attention. This is why, bro, like you should save your money, bro. Save your money. When you get money and you are a athlete or whatever it is, combat sports, whatever, save your money, bro. Save your money. Because later on in life, you're going to be doing what that dude Tony Ferguson is doing. Tony Ferguson from the UFC is going to be fighting Salt Poppy. You literally at one point in your life, you was going to be fighting Khabib. Khabib in the UFC. You are now fighting Salt Poppy, a dude that was doing TikToks last year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Save your money, bro. Please, man. I feel sorry for some of these athletes, man. You got Regis Prograis, who every fan who watched that fight knows he's done. He's done. He's finata. He's finito. He's never going to be elite. If you ever thought he was elite, he's not now, definitely. And I don't think he was ever elite to begin with, although at one time I will say he was the man at 140 for a brief period of time, in my eyes. A brief period. And it's sad to see him up there like, well, tell the Turk. Tell the Turk if he wants to get the rematch, for a lot of money. Because other than that, I don't want to do this rematch. I want the belt. You know what's so crazy? He might actually get a shot at the belt. He might, because they will sacrifice him, bro. That is an easy fight for someone like Antoine Russell right now. That's an easy fight for like a Teofimo or Hitchens. I hate to say it, but Prograis is an easy fight for any one of them guys at this point. And the way boxing works is once you become a gatekeeper status or you are expendable, they got no problem, bro. They got no problem, bro, putting your life in jeopardy and having you in there thinking, you still think in the back of your head that you that guy 10 years ago. They got no problem throwing you in there and let your ass be a mark for an upcoming undefeated hungry fighter that's not even in his prime, but athletically will beat the brakes off you. You are a sacrificial lamb. They got no problem doing that. And that's what he is at this point, bro. He's got no chin. He looked good offensively, but his chin was so bad that in the 5th round, he was slipping because he didn't have his head correctly. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't slipping because his shoes were slippery. He wasn't slipping because the mat was slippery. He was slippery. He was slipping because he was exhausted. And he never recovered, bro. He never recovered. Bro, we're talking Joe. I want you to, I know I've said it already, but we are talking Jojo Diaz, y'all. Jojo Diaz is not a powerful puncher. I would actually venture to go out and say, I think Devin Haney hits harder than Jojo Diaz. Okay? So, Regis is a shot fighter. He's a shot fighter. Now, the main event, you got Kenneth Sims and Duarte. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't say a couple of things about this main event. Number one, I know in my past couple of lives, I've been talking about the whole snack thing and everything. And I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't say, just either Oscar or Duarte has very good genetics, or that dude is on something, bro. That his muscles look like the shit I read in comic books growing up. Like, that shit does not look normal. The man does not look normal. His muscles got muscles next to muscles, chilling next to a muscle. That shit is sculpted, bro. I'm looking at this man and I'm like, damn. What is he eating, bro? Now, I'm not saying he's on anything. I'm just saying. I mean, I can't sit here and say, oh, I question everybody in snack and then see a walking freak of nature like that and not say nothing. I'm just saying, bro. He either got very, very good genetics, which is possible, or that guy's on something. And then you got Kenneth Sims. Hey, you know, how about boxers just stop fucking walking into the ring with rappers? Can we stop that, bro? First off, it's not good luck. It's not good luck, all right? 90% of y'all are losing, bro. Like 90% of y'all that walk in there with rappers are losing, bro. And why you want to, like, I don't understand that, bro. I get it. You're in Chicago. That's another thing. Like, what are you glorifying? Like, I was born in the Bronx, raised in Paterson, New Jersey. Really, there's really not much there. There's no good things there. Nobody goes, white people don't go, yeah, like, I'm going to Paterson on Saturday, and then like a Sunday, I'm going to the Bronx, South Bronx. Like, nobody does that shit, bro. The shit is corny to me. And most of the time, when y'all come into the ring with rappers, y'all losing. The only last person that came to the ring with a rap, I mean, even Tank had a bad day at the office coming in with a rapper. I think the last person I saw come in with a rapper and win was Crawford. And that was a little bit different because he came in with Eminem, but Turkey paid Eminem for it. He did a concert. Wait a second. It was two fights, right? He came in with Bud. But anyway, man. And another thing too is these hometown fights are like bad curses, bro. Every time somebody fights in their hometown, the hometown ends up cheering for the opponent, bro. Happened with Shakur. Happened with Sims. Who else was I watching where they were in his hometown and they started booing him? Oh, Shakur, my bad. Shakur. Yeah, fighting in your hometown is not going to help you, bro. And besides, if I was a fighter, I would rather fight away from home. I feel like fighting at home is more pressure. I don't know where people get this whole like, man, it's hometown advantage. First off, this ain't football. This ain't a team. That shit might work with teams. It might work with teams because you have morale and everything. But if you're in a fight, I don't know. I would feel more comfortable in the enemy's land or whatever. Like me being home in front of my family, people I grew up with, even though I know they're going to be watching me on TV, it's a little bit different being there in person. And it always never works out well, bro. So that fight happens. And, Sims loses. That was a pretty good fight. But, it also showed me, bro, that the co-main event and the main event, all four of these guys, it doesn't matter. They're not that good. I mean, they are good, but they're definitely not championship material. All those four guys that fought tonight, and I know some of them came in over 140 or whatever, it doesn't matter. They're all food for Tiafimo. They're all food for Gary Antoine Russell. They're all food for Antoine, for Hitchens. I'm sorry, Richardson Hitchens, and they're all food for Matias, bro. All of them. Just a bunch of sacrificial lambs, bro. Duarte, he's got one gear and one gear only. That's come forward and throw every punch with as much power as I can. And he gets tired. Sims, he's all right. He's all right. I mean, I didn't think he was that good to begin with. He lost. And, and Regis Prograis over the hill. And Jojo Diaz, hurt him multiple times. That was the best fight of the night. But all in all, out of everything that happened tonight, like I said, I don't even watch wrestling, but I think the most funniest part of my night was watching CM Punk be champion for 5 minutes and then losing it. And then watching the ref from the Prograis fight. Yo, that JoJo, I can't believe that, bro. I still can't believe that, bro. Like, I hope something happened because, like, that is obviously corrupt and something needs to happen there, even though it was hilarious. But I've never seen live on TV. It ain't even like they did this shit to hide it. They did it right in front of your face, bro. JoJo Diaz got a cut right on his eye. The ref goes, hey, doctor, come here. Hey, take a look at this. Yeah, okay, hey. How many fingers am I holding up? 1. Okay. How many fingers am I holding up now? And he went like this. 2. He looked at the ref and was like, damn, he got both wrong. All right, let's do this shit over. How many fingers am I holding up now? 1. How many fingers am I holding up now? 2. He looked at the ref and said, yeah, he good. He good. He good, y'all. He ain't getting out one right, but he good. He good. Like, I couldn't believe what I was seeing, bro. Like, what is the purpose of you even doing that if he fails everything and you still let him fight? Like, you should be fired on the spot. I mean, I still got a good fight out of it, but still, it was just crazy to me. So, you just got everyone wrong. So, you sat there on TV and just proved to everybody that JoJo Diaz couldn't see out of his one eye. Because out of 4 times, he got none right. Even the announcers was like, did I just see what I just see? And the guy was like, yeah. And he did it twice. I never seen nothing like that in my life, bro. Never. Robbed? I don't know. It was a close fight. Both fights were close fights. But to be fair, what is your definition of a robbery? Because people like to say that a lot. And I noticed that just like pound for pound. I asked someone one time, hey, who's pound for pound? Drawn in his boots. And I'm like, all right, well, now I know your pound for pound doesn't mean shit. But me, a robbery is there is a clear winner. Like, if I look back at the fight, there's really no way that I could see the other guy winning. And for the JoJo Diaz fight and Prograis fight, I could pick a winner for each side. Because to me, Prograis had way better offense, except for the little bit of the later rounds. He definitely was being more offensive, but the crazy part about it is every time JoJo Diaz landed, it seemed like it was hurting Prograis. But let's not act like Prograis wasn't beating the fuck out of JoJo either, because his face was all lumped up, and those 2 cuts that was unintentional, they weren't even bad cuts. Like, his face was lumped up due to punches. So, but I could understand why you think JoJo won, though. OG, I can understand that, because if we were to look at this as if we were to take away the textbook way of marking the fight or whatever and just looking at it and go, who hurt who more, I tend to see that Prograis was hurt more. However, I don't have a problem with him getting the victory, because I still think, me judging it as a boxing fan, I feel like Prograis was fighting well. He's just shot. He's shot, bro. Like, your offense doesn't mean jack shit. It means jack shit if every time you're going to get touched, you get wobbled, bro. That means you got to fight a perfect fight. You got to fight a perfect fight. And no fighter's doing that, bro. Even Shakur gets hit. All these defensive fighters y'all call these defensive geniuses, all these motherfuckers are getting touched, bro. So if you're shot like Regis Prograis, bro, you're done. You're done, bro. Like, Antoine Russell would fuck around and hurt that kid. T.O. would hurt. I was watching JoJo hurt him, and I'm like, bro, if that was T.O., if that was Antoine Russell, this kid would be in trouble right now. Prograis would be knocked out. Even Hitchens would stop him. So, yeah, I mean, it was, but still, I'm still shocked at the ref. I'm still shocked at the ref, bro. No, not the ref, the doctor. The doctor. I already know people gonna be talking about it tomorrow. That shit was funny to me. It was funny, but it's corrupt. Funny and corrupt. I've never seen nothing like that in my life, bro. What is the point of you holding fingers up to the dude's face if every time he gets it wrong, you're going to let him fight anyway? That's like a cop pulling you over and saying, hey, let's do the whole drunk walk across the line, and you're stumbling all over the place. You're good. Get back in the car, drive away. Be safe. That's literally what the doctor did, bro. The doctor was like, hey, how many of my whole, he failed every single one and just let him continue to fight. So, Sims, and then Duarte, look, like I said, I'm gonna say this, man. Duarte, This dude either has great genes or is on something, bro. That shit ain't natural to me. That shit ain't natural to me. Ain't no man looking like that, bro. That dude is I don't know. And he ain't really all that either, really, because he's probably he's a power puncher, but he's got one gear. He's got one gear and he gets tired. Same shit happened in the Ryan. That's why he lost to Ryan Garcia. He got tired, throwing every punch at 100%. Ryan clipped him, got him out of there. Xander Zayas, I'm very I'm hard on Puerto Rican fighters, so I'm gonna be hard on him. It's gonna be a little bit unfair, actually. I'm just very hard on Puerto Rican fighters, so I don't, unless you're like doing some legendary shit. I think he's got a lot to work on, but I mean, he's a good boxer. I think he needs. I think at 154, I think it's kind of hard to fight at 154, and 154. I feel like if you're fighting at 154, it would be in your best interest to be able to hurt your opponent. You're not doing no Devin Shakur shit at 154, bro. You're not. That's just my opinion. You got nothing but killers in that division. That division you will get CTE very early fighting at 154. And I mean, just look at what it's done to Erickson, Lubin, and Tim Tszyu already. And then you got I don't know why I'm hearing people shit on Fundora. I think Fundora is better. I think he's better. I think he's fighting better. He's fighting behind his jab. He's using his height and reach. I don't see why. I think I've saw some people talk about, oh, well, he beat up on Tim Tszyu being shot. I don't. This is a brutal. Online is brutal. Online is brutal, bro. Online is brutal, man. It's filled with nothing but people that are so judgmental. 90% of them won't go in front of a camera. A bunch of fucking typers. So quick to judge people. And is weird, man. That's why I'm not online 24/7, bro. I'm not. Like, I can't do this shit 24/7, bro. I don't understand. And that's my fault. That's my fault because I tend to look at another person and go, why is he not thinking like me? And that's where I fuck up. Like none of this is that serious for me. You know what I mean? I don't get paid for this. I do this as a hobby. I don't know why people think like when they say shit to me, like it's gonna hurt me. Like it's so weird. I don't know. Online is a weird place, bro. Online is a weird place. It's filled with a bunch of people that probably don't like the way their life is going, and they feel like this is their outlet to shit on people. But what's crazy is like those people don't realize like the people they're doing that to don't give two fucks about them. Could care less about your comment. Could care less about whatever. And that's what's so sad. That's what's sad about online. Is people devote their time and energy to the wrong shit, in my opinion. To the wrong shit. Tim Tszyu just a year ago never gave me a bad fight. Never gave me a bad fight as a boxing fan. Always an exciting fighter to me. Never ducked nobody to me. Now people shit on him. It's just the way that you're as good as your last fight, bro. Is also why I say, other than the money, this Canelo fight is a lose-lose. I've been through it 1,000 times. I don't have a dog in that race. I could care less who wins that fight. But in my opinion, it's a lose-lose for Canelo other than the money. And it's a win-win for Crawford. It's a win. It's fucking crazy, and I don't know why nobody sees that. I mean, it's just if he even puts up a fight, it makes Canelo look bad. At least that's how people are gonna look at it. And you have to understand that what we're dealing with online is we are dealing with people that will sit up here, and it doesn't matter whether you are a Canelo fan or not. I am a logical thinker where I look at the facts and I look at the things, right? So if you sit up here, number one, no matter which fighter it is, when you sit up here and you try to shit on someone's resume, and I've been seeing that I will never understand why people do this. And this has been happening ever since I've discovered this community. You will have people that because they don't like the fighter, they will shit all over their resume, but then expect the fighter that beats them so they get credit now. Do you understand what I'm saying? I see it a lot with Tank fans. It's not just Tank fans. I'm just using it as an example. Every time he fights somebody, man, that guy's a bum, man. He ain't a bum. He bum. Okay, so he beating up on a bum then, right? So, I mean, if you call Canelo a fraud, right, then that means that Spence's two best wins are going to be two-time accident-ridden Errol Spence and a fraud. You see how that works? That's why I don't do that. It makes no sense. You look stupid when you do shit like that. And they constantly do this, bro. It ain't just him. It's every fight. I constantly see people do this, bro. They will trash the opponent to the point where it's like, well, why should he get credit then? If anything, I would question the guy you're rooting for. Why is he just beating up on bums then? Why isn't he out there challenging himself then? And I've been seeing this shit for years. For years. And if it ain't that, it's the other stupid shit. You know? Well, look at this guy's resume. Okay, fine. Okay. Well, who's the guy that you like? And then they'll tell me who it is. And I'm like, wait a second, let me get it straight. You're sitting here trashing this guy. And you just told me that you like this guy? The math ain't mathin'. The math ain't mathin'. That guy's resume is worse than his. We're dealing with people that ride the short bus, bro. And there were two types of people that rode the short bus. You got the people that rode the short bus, and then you got the ones that rode the short bus, but they needed a teacher's assistant next to them because if not, the kids were going to hurt themselves somehow. They see something on the ground, they put it in their mouth, they try to swallow it. We're dealing with that, bro. And I don't like calling people dumb, but it's either these people are trolling, but they're not. A lot of them aren't. Some of them are actually really serious with this shit. And I guess the things that have always bothered me was that and the lying. Those are the only things that really ever bothered me. The race shit, look, man, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is, bro. All right, races are gonna be everywhere, no matter where you go. Boxing, sports, your job, work, your family. Look, bro, it doesn't just apply to anybody. It's everybody, bro. It's everybody. You go on the other side of the world, and you will have people that don't like this certain people because they're from that area or region. Now, whether you want to call that prejudice, whatever. You can call it whatever you want. That's everywhere. But the only things that I've always had an issue with is when a person, lies and then you can't deal with somebody that's in denial. Do you understand? Like when I did my live, the last live I did in regards to Victor Conti, right? I played everything that man said. I played what came out of Margaret Goodman's mouth. It's not Shadow Ghost up here like, this guy is this, or this guy is that. I'm like, no. I'm not going to say nothing. Here, tell him. I'm over here watching some person's channel. In the comments, you see these people like, man, Victor Conti's going to sue all these channels, man. And I'm looking like, really? Go ahead. My email is shadowghostboxing@gmail.com. I will give you all my information. And I am not capping. I will gladly show, because when I show up, all I have to do is you have to account for everything you've ever said. Because I never sat up here and I never said this guy's this guy. No, I simply played his interview, Margaret's interview, Margaret's Vada convention, her interviews with Boxing Scene, Victor Conti's phone calls, his personal interviews with this channel and that channel and that channel. And I let and you gotta account for everything that you ever said. So you either have to say, I didn't mean it like that. And if you say you didn't mean it like that, then I'm not at fault. You can't sit here and say, oh, well, I want to do this. And then when somebody's like, well, I heard you say you want to do this. Well, I didn't mean it like that. Well, then you can't get, bro, I'm sorry, bro. That's not what you said. You said what you said on numerous occasions. And then it looks even worse because later on, he tries to backtrack. Right? And say things like, well, I don't necessarily have anything to do with Vada. All I did was set up the interviews, make some introductions with Flip Hermansky and Margaret Goodman and with the guy over here at WADA, and I kind of got the funding going, and I brought all my fighters there, and I did give them counseling on how these fighters beat the test. And then I also had some sponsors. So let me get this straight. Let's say I want to open up an ice cream shop, but I don't want my name to be on there because my name is horrible. So I can't be an employee. I can't be a manager. But however, this is what we're going to do, okay? You guys get together. I will show you where to get the permit, okay? I will actually get sponsorship and have the shit get built. I will bring you the employees, the fighters. I will show you how the fucking ice cream shop runs. I will show you how everything runs. But that's about it, y'all. That's about it. I got nothing else to do with it, though. I only started this shit, showed them how to run it, but that's it. Not employed, nothing. So when we sit here and we show you this shit, and I see someone still look at all that, they look at all that and still go, man, you're just talking a narrative. Like, I got nothing to say to you, bro. You're in denial, or you're a fucking casual, or you're not smart. I don't know what to do. But at that point, I got no rap for you, bro. If you can't come to terms with what this man has said out of his own mouth, and I show you what he says out of his own mouth, I didn't sit up here. I didn't make up anything about nobody. I just showed you what he said. Oh, you don't like it because it goes against what you don't like, right? Yeah, that's called fucking life, bro. That's called life. Deal with it. It's the same shit. But then when the man will turn around and say Canelo's innocent, no, I don't want to hear that. No, I don't. Oh, okay. So you pick and choose. I can't stand people like that, bro. I can't, bro. Like, I like T.O., but I've criticized T.O. more than I've not. Every time he's done something that pissed me off, I had no problem talking about that motherfucker, bro. Telling him to grow up. Stop, I feel like I don't agree with that. That's going to hurt your career. I've been doing it for 2 years, and half of the shit I criticized him for came true. It came true. I said, keep doing the racist shit. Keep doing it. People are gonna stop fucking with you. Keep speaking and saying all this crazy shit out your mouth, even though it's a free country. There's consequences to freedom of speech. Yes, you're allowed to say whatever you want. You're not. That doesn't get you off the hook with whatever sponsorships you lose. Whatever relationships are lost, it doesn't get you off the hook if people start looking at you as a racist, so therefore they influence other black fighters to not want to fight you, or whatever it may be. Or when you say dictator, or whatever it may be. Yeah, your career's not over, but you're not making it easier for yourself either, right? I got no problem speaking about that stuff. I got no rap when it comes to people that are a narcissist, B, lie, and understand that there's a difference between an opinion and a fact, bro. I can get mad at a fact all day long. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't. Emotionalist. It's the I don't know why that came to my mind. Emotionalist. You know, when I came out the military, I went to Bible college, right, for 2 semesters. And I realized quick that's not what God wanted for me, right? And I remember though it was a good experience because I was studying the word and I learned a lot. And one of the things that used to bother me was they had all these denominations, and I would say to my mentor, like, "Yo, why is there Pentecost? Why is there like Pentecost and Baptist and Presbyterian and all?" And he's like, "Oh, it's different denominations, right?" Then you quickly learn that these people, their mindset is all attuned, and that's why they started separating. Because they are mentally, they all go to a church that mentally feeds them what they want to hear. That's the truth. That's why I hardly don't go to church no more. So you have the ones we used to call them emotionalists. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, I look at it like this, bro. We believe in the same God, right? Let's just keep it there, right? All this other shit is just dividing us. But the truth is, when you go to this church, it's emotionalist. That's when the preacher doesn't hardly read anything out he doesn't hardly read anything out the Bible. He reads like a half a scripture, but the rest is like just being all emotional and I'm on fire for it. And then you dance and you got the Holy Spirit. Yeah, it feels good, right? All right, that's fine. That's what you like. But a lot of times I realize that by Wednesday, you are out of it and you need a recharge. So you go back to church next Sunday, you get that recharge until Tuesday. It's emotionalist. I was more of a, like a Southern Baptist. I'd like to read the word and kind of logically, digest it. But it's different to each his own, right? Boxing is the same way. Boxing is the same way. They only want to go to the channels or want to accept what applies to them or what makes them happy. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm not going to sit here and say, I like this fighter, but never say nothing that fighter does wrong or nothing like that. I feel fake. You understand that? I feel fake. I feel like a dick rider. I feel like, so that's why I don't do that. People get mad when they watch. Good. I told you, I don't want y'all to like me no more, bro. I don't. So when y'all make these little comments of what you do, that's why I'm pinning them and I'm putting the heart up there. Good, bro. You're going to eat the fucking facts or don't watch. It is what it is, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Don't get mad at me because I play a video of somebody in their fucking interview was coming out of their mouth. Telling you, man, at the end of the day, shit. I mean, that's here no there, brother. That's here no there. But I could tell you this. I could tell you that just because you could say whatever you want doesn't mean that you don't suffer consequences, bro. It's like people need to understand definitions. It's like the pound for pound shit, bro. I guarantee you, if you go up to somebody, you go, "Hey, give me your pound for pound fighter," right? You will be amazed at the answers you get. You're going to be amazed, right? And you need to set the definition of what you mean by pound for pound, because to some people, pound for pound is who they like. That's their definition. When you say, "Yo, who do you think is pound for pound?" They're like, "Oh, who do I like?" No, no, no. Who is your pound for pound? And you gotta explain it to them, bro. Somebody told me Jerron Boots. How the fuck is he pound for pound? How? What's going on, DJ Edit? I mean, look, last I checked, pound for pound means that I think that you would be able to do good in that division and the one underneath, and if you were to move up. That's my pound for pound. Meaning you are the best in that division, and if you were to move down, you could fuck with the champions there and probably take over there too, and vice versa, moving up. Not who's your favorite. If I wanted to ask you who's your favorite, I'd say who's your favorite. I'd ask you who's your favorite. I mean, it's funny, bro. Yeah, I mean, I think the other thing that gets me laughing too is I be watching people. As long as you say shit confidently, bro, you can get away with it, bro. I realize that. Like, you can get away with it, bro. Just say it with confidence, bro. 80% of the people in your chat ain't gonna fact check nothing, bro. They're not. Just say it with confidence, bro. Just pump your chest out and just say it. And if anybody questions you, say, no, motherfucker, you're wrong. You're stupid. Degrade them. And they'll just be like, you know what? He's got to be right. I see that all the time. Like the dude BTFB, I know some people watch me that watch him, bro. I watch that shit for fucking pure comedy. He sits up there and will say something that is a complete lie. And if you say anything, he will degrade you and call you a bitch and do all this other shit. And I'm looking at the chat and they're like, facts, BTFB. I'm like, facts? Google what the fuck he just said, bro. Google what he said. He sat up there and was like, man, these guys are talking about Victor Conti. They don't do their research. No, motherfucker, we did our research. We did. We did. We did. You cannot defend what somebody says out their own mouth, bro. You can't. You look stupid. And then when you sit there and you go, go do your research. No, you do your research. You do your research. You're like Nestor Gibbs, the FBI informant, who sat there and asked the AI, was Victor Conti ever employed by that? That's all you ask? Why don't you ask something else? Why don't you ask ChatGPT something else? You DEA agent, wire wearing motherfucker. Talk shit about T.O., but as soon as T.O. pop up, hey, man, T.O., I was just saying, bro. I was just saying, man, I really like you, T.O. I was just telling everybody. I was just telling everybody, man, I think you just play mind games, T.O. Oh, really? Really? That's what you were saying about yesterday, the day before? Really? You fake motherfucker. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get out of here with that shit. Get out of here with that, bro. I don't care who like me no more, bro. I am tired of the fake narrative lying motherfuckers, bro. I can't stand them, bro. I can't stand them because it upsets me because I know for a fact there are real casual fans in that chat that don't know what's going on. They don't. They don't. And because they're there and because these guys say these things, it's also their fault because they can't. All you got to do is Google it and look it up yourself. The information is there. But because they have some sort of influence and they say it with confidence, nobody wants to challenge them or say anything. So now you got the whole fucking chat like facts, 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 facts. No, it's not facts, bro. It's not facts. It's not. It's not. It's not. It's a lie. And you are a sheep for following that. Understand that, bro. Understand that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you got people that will say, well, they don't trust people that are in snack. That's understandable. You do understand that. That's very understandable, right? It's very understandable. Which is why that's going to continue happening, because that was allowed into the sport and it shouldn't have been allowed into the sport. It shouldn't have. Because now even fighters that are clean, that don't have a dirty bone in their body, will be questioned because who you associate with, who you do business with, who you stand next to, bro, At the end of the day, you shouldn't be judged by that. You shouldn't. However, that's not how life works, bro. It's not. It's not, bro. If you chilling next to a pedophile, bro, you might not be a pedophile, but you know they're going to look at you as one. You know that, right? Okay, then. So I don't know what to tell you. Don't get mad that other people are like, man, I don't know if he's a pedo though. I don't know. Well, why you think they thinking that? Oh, because you hanging out with one. That's why. That's why. Out of all the people to go get supplements from, you go to him. Well, then don't get mad, the motherfuckers are thinking something. Especially when people have common sense. And when you look at how a person cuts weight and how the human body works, yeah. We shouldn't go there. That's why I was so quick to say, I look at Oscar Duarte and I go, yeah, I think he's on something. Even though I got no proof, I'm just telling you what I see. Either he's got great genes or he's on something. I'm not accusing him of nothing. I'm just saying it looks a little weird. The Shiraz hand wraps. Do I think he cheated to beat bum ass Berlanga? No. I don't think you need to cheat to beat Berlanga. But does it look suspicious? Yes. Does it look more suspicious after I called the New York State Athletic Commission and she told me they're not supposed to only collect one hand wrap? Does it matter the excuse? Yeah, it does. It looks suspicious. Yeah, it does. But so because he's cheering and people jump in the way, that's you don't collect the other one because he's cheering. My bad. You don't do your job now. Because well, then why'd you even collect the first one? Why don't you just collect them both in the back? You know what the lady from the New York State Athletic Commission told me? She's like, no, you're supposed to collect. That's like you sending somebody over to the opposite camp. You send somebody from your camp to go watch somebody get their hands wrapped, and they go, you just saw one hand get wrapped. Come back an hour later, we'll wrap the other one. It's like that. Why not just wrap both? Even if you're not doing anything suspicious, now you look suspicious, bro. Now you look suspicious. Just do your job. Just do your job and do shit fair. Nobody would say nothing. I be laughing at these dudes that get mad when people bring up something that another motherfucker said out his own mouth. His own mouth. Call us narrative pushers. Us liars. Like we just came up here and just made up shit. I watch everybody, Hawker. I watch everybody I can. Whenever I can. I watch whenever I can. I watch the Boxing Voice if I can. I watch IBFP if I can. I watch Punch if I can. Whoever is on at the time is who I watch when I have the time. There are certain channels I watch for pure entertainment purposes. And besides, if it ain't that, it's the flip-flopping. And I mean, when it comes to flip-flopping, I mean, let's be honest, I think almost every channel has done that. I mean, how many times have you heard somebody say, yo, let's stop talking about this, yo? And then the very next video, they talking about that. I think I've seen, I can't even, bro, if I can make a list, it'd be a long list, bro. Do you know how many times I've seen somebody say, man, I'm sick and tired of people talking about this, man. Next live. It's their fucking thumbnail. They're saying, like, bro, what are you talking about? It's like the shit with Showbiz. Like, I like Showbiz and because he's successful. Okay? And I'm not a hater. If you are successful, I mess with, good grind, bro. It is what it is. I'm not a hater, bro. But I'm going to call out the crazy shit you do. Like, you sit here and two fighters fight and you'll make a live talking about how this fighter is going to destroy this fighter. Okay, cool. Right? Then the following week, you make a live doing the same exact shit before the other fighter. So now you're making, he's going to do that to him and he's going to do that to him. So you cover every outcome there is possible. And then whenever the outcome is, you pick the live and go, look, y'all, I told y'all, let's go back to my live. I'll show you where I said it. And he's been doing that for years and nobody says a fucking thing to him, bro. That's crazy to me. Y'all don't realize that? He done said, this is how Crawford's going to win. This is how Canelo's going to win. He will cover every damn angle. And then whatever happens, he's going to go back to that live of him saying that and go, look, I told y'all. Didn't I tell y'all? Yeah, you did. Yeah. You gave us every fucking outcome possible, bro. And you just have it on record now. Are you trying to do the magician? Are you trying to do the Devin Haney didn't lose shit? Look, y'all, Devin Haney says he never lost. He never lost, y'all. He never lost. Devin never lost, y'all. If you say it enough, you will forget what happened. Come on, say it with me. Devin never lost, y'all. Come on, you could do it. If you say it enough, bro, I'm telling you, you won't even remember it. That fight with Ryan never happened, y'all. Because of this much ostering. Here, let me show you how much ostering he had. Here. Let me show you. Here, let me show you. Yeah. Hold up. See that? See that? Oh, wait, that's too much. That's too much. It's too much. Right there. Right there. Those couple specs. You see them? That's how much ostering bro had in him, bro. Super fucking human he became. Superhuman, bro. That's what they want you to believe. Superhuman, bro. Oh, man. And apparently everything you take is steroids too. Yeah. So next time somebody's vaping, call them a crackhead. Hey, so what you vaping on there? It's a geek bar. Nah, that's crack, bruh. You fucking crackhead. No, it's not crack. Nah, fuck that. You smoking, it's crack. It's crack. That's what we do over here. We don't fact check nothing. You smoke, you crackhead. They all lie, bro. They all lie. They all lie, man. You know, I'll tell you what, bro. You will always get an honest answer from me. I know you're not gonna like it. I know you're not gonna like it, bro. I've been through this shit for so many years, bro. I'll sit there and I'll make a good, I'll make a good comment about why I feel like, these people might be unfair towards Canelo. Let's just, for example, they'll say facts, shadow, facts. But then if I criticize them, they'll say the same people, now I don't know shit about boxing. So my biggest mistake on YouTube, and trust me, I've learned my lesson. My biggest mistake was at one point I cared if people liked me or not. 2 years ago, I actually cared if you liked my content. My biggest mistake ever, bro. My biggest mistake ever. Because it actually I would be scratching my head. I'd be like, I don't get it. I said the facts. I had the receipts. Like, why is he mad at me? Like, I don't understand. Like, it would really bother me because I'm like, wait a second. Like, I know I'm not putting a narrative out there. I literally showed the interview, like, and I'm not understanding. My dumb ass in my head is not understanding, bro. You're dealing with a bunch of people that are in denial, meat riders, racist, narcissist, and some of them are just plain fucking dumb. Once I got through my head, I don't care about my content no more. I've never been so fucking happy, bro. I've never been so fucking happy, bro. And it's a weird feeling. Like I said, somebody said my videos was whack or something the other day. I swear it was like a badge of honor, bro. I was flattered, and I'm like, this shit ain't supposed to feel like this. I'm pretty sure he's trying to insult me. I'm pretty sure he's trying to insult me, but I don't know why this feels good, but it feels fucking great. And I don't know when this transformation happened, but I'm telling you. Now I know why people make hate content, but for me, it ain't really hate content. All I'm going to do is just tell the truth, how I feel at all times. That's it. And when I want to make a point, I'm going to show the receipt. You don't like it? I don't give a fuck. And I really mean that. I don't give a fuck. Not the old I don't give a fuck where I kind of still did deep down inside because I kind of cared about how you thought about me. No, I really mean it. I don't give a fuck. At all. Y'all done lost that from me. I don't care. Motherfucker, if I woke up tomorrow and I had negative 10 subscribers, I would still do what I do. If I owed you subscribers, I would still say and do what I do. We all have biasness in us, man. At least I think so. I'm biased. When I go get something to eat, there's a certain flavor I like. I'm biased towards that, bro. That's the truth. Some people put mayo on it. Some people put ketchup on it. If you don't like ketchup, bro, you're biased towards ketchup. That's literally what the fuck that means, bro. Let's not play stupid here. Stop playing stupid here. Nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong if you don't like Canelo. Nothing wrong if you don't like T.O. Nothing wrong if you don't like Devin. There's nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing wrong. What's wrong is when you feel like you're entitled. You feel like you're entitled to how other people are supposed to feel. If you think this dude the face of boxing and I don't, bro, I don't know what to tell you, bro. You need to get the fuck over it. I'll tell you that right now. Y'all ain't gonna bully me. Ain't none of y'all gonna bully me. Shit. Oh, you put mustard on it? Yeah, it depends. On what? On what sandwich? I think it's a Reuben, right? It's a Reuben. Anyway, yeah, so but before I go, I will say this. The corruption I saw today was the funniest shit I've ever seen. Like I said, the shit was funny. I still think it was wrong. That and if anybody tries to tell you boxing isn't corrupt, play that. Play what happened tonight right in front of their face. Tell them to explain that. Explain how the doctor is right in front of the camera, bro. He literally this far away. Explain that. Put the hand over his eye. Hey, how many fingers you see? One. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's do this again. How many fingers you see? Two. Stopped, looked at the ref and went, all right, let's reset this shit. You know, like the old You know, when you used to like take the CD out, if y'all there's still no CDs and you wipe the shit, you gotta put it back in. Hold on, man. I don't know, man. Let me wipe this and reset everything. Hold on, it ain't working. Did it do an update or something? All right, let's do this again. How many fingers am I holding up? 1. Okay, how many fingers am I holding up now? 2. Looked right at the rep and said, he good. He good. He failed every single one 4 times. Yo, the announcers, bro. The announcers was like, what did I just see? What did I just see? And the other one, I forgot what's his name. The Spanish dude, I forget his name. He was like, and he did it twice. And he did it twice, bro. That shit was so. I know. That's what I thought too, bro. I know. I said he's enjoying this shit too much, bro. He's got to. I've never seen that. Is like a fucking cop pulling you over. You are plastered drunk all over the road. You're not following the line or nothing. Say the alphabet Z D O S K. You good. Just be careful. Just be careful when you're turning. Oh my God, bro. Now, I mean, I'm laughing about it because it ain't like, JoJo Diaz. It ain't like, but if JoJo would have got hurt tonight, it would have been a problem. It would have been a problem, but it was a good fight. But still, though, bro, still, you ain't supposed to do that, my guy. I've never seen nothing like that in my entire life, bro. That is up there with them stopping the fight with Rolly, and he didn't throw one punch. That's up there with that, bro. Rolly ain't even throw nothing. He ain't laying nothing. They're like, oh, stop this shit before you kill him. Well, you can't do that now. You killing him, Rolly. You killing him. I am. Yeah, the other dude was like, he ain't even touch me, bro. Why are you stopping the fights? Bro, I'm telling you, bro. Some of the most corrupt shit I've ever seen has been in boxing, bro. Oh my God, bro. Right in front of your face, too. Right in front of your face, bro. This dude said, how many fingers? 1. JoJo couldn't see shit out that eye. And that doctor was like, he good. Yeah, let him fight. Yeah, he good. It ain't that bad. I've seen worse. Oh, you've seen worse, huh? Oh, hell yeah. Oh, my God, bro. That was so funny, bro. You go back to the Rolly stoppage, bro. What's his name? Old Man Barroso? Old Man Barroso was confused as a motherfucker, bro. What are you doing? He didn't even touch me. Yeah. They're robbing you, brother. They taking the fight from you. That's what they doing. I find crazy Cepeda hit. Oh, yeah. I talked about that in my other live. Yeah. Go back to my other live, brother. Yeah. Yeah. They didn't like me for that either. This is what I'm saying, bro. Like, I don't care if you like my man. I'm gonna give you my raw, honest opinion, bro. Okay? I don't know how many times I gotta say it. Do I think Shiraz cheated? No, but I can tell you what he did was suspicious, bro. All right, take that what you want with it, bro. I don't know what to tell you, but it is. It is. Do I think you need to cheat to beat bum ass Berlanga? Hell no. Y'all know how I feel about Berlanga. That don't change nothing. Don't change the way it looks. Cepeda and Shakur, you look at that scorecard, you will actually think, if you didn't see the fight, you would think Shakur dominated him, bro. Dominated him. You would look at that and go, oh, shit, if I see this fight, you would think Shakur was beating the fuck out of him. You look at them scorecards. That's not what I saw. That's not what I saw. I saw a close fight. I saw a fight where in the 9th round, I'm like, Shakur need to pick it up. I don't know what everybody else saw. And then I must be living in the Twilight Zone. Because after the fight, motherfuckers is like, look, he like Floyd. He's like Floyd now. No way, bro. I got to be sleeping right now, bro. This shit is not real. This is not real. I saw a close fight. These dudes putting them up there with. I don't get it. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's like the Turkey shit. Turkey want to get mad at fucking Kid Austin, right? Pulling out, getting sick. You don't say nothing to Dubois, though, right? Who did it on the same exact card, bro? The same exact card. In fact, he pulled out later than Kid Austin. Kid Austin pulled out first. Dubois pulled out after. You ain't saying shit to him. Now, at the same time, I could probably understand because, you know, at that time, Kid Austin and his father was saying some crazy shit. It would make for a good book, though. Would it not? Would it not? They were saying shit like, man, they broke into our house and they done stole documents and we were being chased by some marked cars and shit. I'm like, damn, all that for Shakur? Damn. They had like this whole government top secret shit going on in that camp. It made it exciting, bro. It made it exciting, but I mean, still, at the end of the day, he ain't the only one that pulled out. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Denial. Oh, denial is no different, brother. You gotta stop. Like it's like you're asking questions, like because you'll be stuck on it for a long time, bro. Like that's how I used to be. Like if you know, like I said, if I, you know, how many times I'll show a receipt, I'm actually showing the fact, bro. The fact is up on the screen, and I will still have people saying I'm lying. You're not telling the truth, and I'm like, are you fucking dumb? Like that's what happened, bro. That's not my opinion. That's what happened. But if you get caught up on that, like why? The best thing I could tell you is denial, bro. Is denial. Denial hurts, bro. Denial. Most of these people are in denial. Most of them are. Most of them. Most of them. It's like an alcoholic. How many times you ever heard somebody say, I could stop whenever I want? Really? You could stop whenever you want? Every time you wake up in the morning, you're shaking and you need to drink in order for you to not be sick. No, bro, you're not all right, bro. Once you get through that stage that you're in denial, shit gets a lot better, bro. But you can't, nobody can help you until you get that through your head. It's like that, bro. And some of this shit that people are in denial about really makes them look dumb, bro. It really makes them look really, 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 and I hate to say it, bro. It really, and like I said, you'll be watching some of these channels and they will lie, but they say it with so much confidence. They say it like this. They say it like this. It's like you say it loud enough and you say it bold enough, and that's a fact now. That's what they do. And I've been watching it unfold for years, bro. For years. They will sit up there, bold-faced ass lie. Some of them will even, if you say anything, they'll try to degrade you, and then everybody jumps on you like, yeah. I'm like, bro, you just got to look it up. You're lying, bro. You're lying. But it's fun, man. At this point, I mean, I still think he won, though, Hawker. I still think he won the fight, though. It wasn't it wasn't like that, though. I still do. I mean, I watched it again. I could tell you like this. The punch stats were off. The fight was close. In fact, if you say you thought Cepeda won based off the pressure and stuff, like, I wouldn't look at you as crazy, nor would I look at you as a dick rider, bro. I bet you if you go up to some of these people and you tell them that you think the Cepeda fight was a close fight, I guarantee you they call you a hater. I guarantee you they call you whatever. That's the state where we're at, bro. That's the state where we're at. But a fucking DEA informant could sit up there and lie to you for 2 hours, and people are okay with that, though. Hey, I gotta get off, bro. Y'all have a blessed night, man. I think I'll go live probably again. Let me see. Hold up. Let me check the schedule real quick. Hold on. Hold up. What we got coming up? What we got coming up? Um, yeah, we don't really got much over here. I know. I'm looking forward to the. Hold on one second. Hey, you know what I'm gonna watch though? I'm gonna watch the. I think I'm gonna stream the. That. It's not UFC, but it's the one with that Salt Poppy and Tony Ferguson. I think I'm gonna stream that, bro. That's sad, bro. I do feel bad about that though. Like I feel bad when fighters are past their prime and you could tell like it was yeah, I'll say this before I go too. Like that was what was sad watching him talk. In his mind, he still thinks he's, you know, like the dude didn't even want to leave the UFC. And the UFC kind of like had to like nudge him, like, come on, bro, you've lost like 8 times in a row, bro. Like you gotta go. But they don't want to let him go because he was like at one point like a legend. And now he's fighting. And he tried everything, poor guy. What's his name? What's the black dude's name? The one that he's like a motivational speaker, always running and shit. Always running. What's his name? Tony fuck is his name? Uh y'all know who I'm talking about. Always running, motivational speeches. Goggins, thank you. Thank you, Goggins. He even had Goggins in his corner. Ain't work. And he's over here about to fight this influencer. And he thinks he still got it, bro. It's kind of sad in a way. It's the same shit like with Prograde. I felt bad. Like, even though Prograde did I in the fight, bro, that's JoJo, man. JoJo was hurting you all night, bro. And nobody's gonna tell him the truth. Somebody needs to tell him the truth. You know what I mean? And but in his mind, he's like, nah, I ain't gonna rematch JoJo. I'm fighting for the belt. You better not fight for the belt, Prograde. You're gonna get hurt, brother. You gonna get hurt if you fight for the belt. I'm just keeping it a buck as a fan. You gonna get hurt. You fight you fight T.O., even Hitchens, bro. Even Antoine Russell, they gonna hurt you, Prograde. Somebody need to tell you the truth, man. JoJo Diaz was hurting you. It's the same shit with the Tony Ferguson shit. Fighting Salt Poppy. This dude's fighting a TikToker. He's over here like, yeah, I still got it. I left the UFC on my own accord, and this is my next chapter in combat sports. No, Tony. Somebody needs to sit down and talk to you, brother. That's the shit that gets kind of sad at some point as a fan, because I understand. Like, especially if at one point you was a bad motherfucker, right? You probably still think that for the rest of your life. You probably still think that. It's like a 70-year-old, 80-year-old. He still thinks I'm still in high school. Yeah, you still think that way. Like Jim Jones and shit from Dipset. This dude still thinks he's fucking in the 90s. I saw Jim Jones at some fucking interview. He put some money in it, bro. The most immature shit I've ever seen in my life. This dude got money, got a bowl of money, put it in his pocket and fucking had it leaning out, and then purposely leaned back on purpose when he was talking so it could fall out. Like, that's cool. I couldn't believe it, bro. I'm like, this a grown ass man acting like this, bro. Grown ass man acting like that, bro. His brain is fucked up, bro. If you getting hurt by JoJo, you're done at this stage. You're done. You're done. You're done.
And as much as it might be exciting, you know, and I know he fights someone like Antoine Russell, he could seriously get hurt, bro. He could seriously, he can get hurt, bro. Bad, bad. And most people wouldn't care. Most people wouldn't care because they find it entertaining. I find it entertaining too, but not like not when I know it's like that though. Like I don't like just tell them the truth, man. Like save your money, do something, bro. Like Procreate could still get away going to like misfits or some shit, but you gotta swallow your pride to do something like that. But fighting for the belt next, you're gonna get hurt, bro. Anyway, bro, I'm out, bro. Y'all have a great night, man.